Here's one of our favorite clips from Neighborly Discourse with Billy and Steve.
And he said, like, the AI thing, conundrum is real. Like, you can start an AI code right now and walk away from it, and it'll start reproducing itself and start creating its own code. In fact, it already happened a couple years ago, and they had to pull the plug. So he said that things are happening right now where if you're going to be totally honest, you could be like scared of what can possibly go down. If I open this door, what I'm going to see on the other side, right? He said, but if we don't do it, someone else is going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Do I got to pull up the Orville episode about that?
No,
word for word. They make these AIs. They're servants for the families, for the citizens who live on this planet.
Uh-huh.
They're made to cook, clean, everything, and they become self-aware. And they ask questions, and they cut to the guy who made it, and they're like, the lady who's telling him, she's like, listen, this is a problem. This is whatever. Like, and he goes, we knew this. We knew this was going to happen. But if we didn't get to production first, somebody else was going to. Short story long, they become self-aware and they commit genocide to the entire planet.
The AIs?
Yeah, now they've reached out into the universe because their history shows they can't coexist with biologicals because they always look to enslave another species.
Okay.
So they want to commit universal genocide so they can just grow and live and move on. But it started on their planet because they installed pain sensors to them. So again, the point of that was, I'm not going to go the whole synopsis of the show, of that episode, but to your point, we knew this was a problem, but if we didn't get it out first, we wouldn't make the money. So they assumed the risk.
So here's the thing. He wasn't even being that dark about it in terms of making the money.
Who is it about the pharmaceutical something? They knew there was going to be issues. They made like $6-7 billion, were fined a few $100 million.
Right.
Like
this sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like, okay, where's the punishment?
But listen,
they made billions, they knew it was wrong.
But going back to this Peter Thiel thing, because it wasn't about money for him.
Yeah.
It was about like even cure for cancer.
Yeah.
These AI things the direction they're going with AI, we can quite literally maybe find a cure for cancer.
Oh, they already have it.
So there's already, yeah, I agree with you. But there's things out there that are coming super fast, and this technology is out everywhere. It can't be contained. So even if you say on an ethical standpoint here in the United States, we're not going to do it, well, guess what? That's going to disadvantage you with all the other countries, i.e. China, and it's going to bite you in the butt if you don't move forward with it. But then on the other side of it, you have this totalitarian one world global governance that you're weighing against, because the global government governor says, hey, if we make everything uniformed, then we can stop this proliferation of technology and stop the unethical behaviors that are happening in technology and protect the world. So you have these two guardrails that are existential and that we're facing. You know, go full board towards technology or get this global governance that protects us from technology. And it's like, and both are bad.
Yeah.
Both are extremely bad. And it's like, crap, what do we do? And the guy who's saying everything I'm saying to you, doesn't have an answer. He doesn't know, but he says, but I see it clear. I see Armageddon, which is, this technology taking us out which is, to your point, AI saying, yo, enough of this.
Yeah.
And I see the Antichrist, the global governance, and one world government. I see them both on the horizon.
Yeah, AI could be their security force that we can't defeat.
Dude, and maybe that's what he's missing. Maybe he doesn't see them coming together. But all I'm telling you is that
somebody will figure it out.
Here's a very smart individual who's made billions, who's created mega companies, and he's seeing our future before us.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think we should stop with the technology, but I see how moving forward the technology is going to bring us to a place where it's going to usher this in. And it's like, crap, And so we need to start having those conversations now that we see what's on the horizon and start figuring out, okay, is there a way of averting what's to come?
I get where you're coming from. We need to have those conversations now. I don't know if it's lost on people. In my opinion, they've already had the conversations, and like again, going with on the
That's very
Orville,
dark, my friend.
They've already had the conversations.
That's
they
very
know
dark.
what's going to happen.
Okay.
That pharmaceutical company place, they knew people were going to die from whatever. But look at the profits they made. Okay, fine, no big deal.
So
They've already had the conversation that we want them to have the conversations. What's right or wrong? My guess is they've already made that determination.
And you know what, Billy? I think you're 100% right. And Jeff, if you're listening to this, man, I think Billy just nailed it.
I'd like to be wrong.
No, I would like you to be
Yeah.
wrong as well. But I think Billy just nailed it from the perspective of, I think the left already had the conversation.
Oh, they know for sure.
I think they see the two
I believe
sides.
part of their philosophy is
and they're
never
like-
ask a question you don't already know
we
the
know
answers
to.
to.
So
Yeah.
they already see the two results, and they may already be at the place where you are, like, oh, maybe we can bring this together. And it's the right. It's probably the only hope they can say, hold on a second. Okay, so we see the same things that the left sees, but let's have our own set of conversations
Yeah.
and try to avert this. That's, global conspiracy. I don't know what you want to call it, but
No, then you end up with
that's
an
where we are.
Elon and a Tim Cook situation. So listen, you're poking me. I can shut you down. I know what you're doing. Or you can leave me alone. Let me do my thing, and I'll let you do your thing, and we can coexist. So just let me know what you want to do. You know?
let me know if you want
unfortunately-
to go to war.
Yeah, you want to go to war because your
Right.
your robots aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
So I can take you out now.
Right.
But when your robots are ready, yeah, I'm gonna have a problem. So now, do I do a preemptive strike on you because of your nonsense?
And that's interesting because Tim Cook, if he's any kind of tactician, will bow out now and say, no worries, it was all good, whatever you want. But in the background, he's putting together his Delta Force.
Yeah, he's
You
got
know?
he's got all of his Apple phones that are spying on everything going along. And I'm looking at Elon. I don't know if it says like Twitter from iPhone or not. I wonder if he's an iPhone guy, if he's
That's
an Android
interesting.
guy. If I see it come up Twitter from Tesla, I'm like, oh my God, look what he did. I may have to own a Tesla product. and I think they realize, honestly, God, no matter what goes on, the only thing Apple heard was, holy crap, this guy can make a phone, and we're the biggest in America. He'll take easily half of that away from us. Let's just shut up.
You think so, man?
I think they think that. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. This is unscientific poll. If Tesla came up with a phone,
I'd be very hesitant to get it. Never get the first of anything.
okay, but second generation, third
Possibly.
generation, if you heard good things about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you're married to Apple right now, and it's going to take something monstrous to get you away from Apple.
Yeah,
And Tesla just might be the thing.
maybe. I don't like Android's stupid Cosmic Sans possible font. And that's it.
So if you can get the Apple font, you'll switch.
No, just the fact that it's on there. That it doesn't come on as stock, but the fact that it's an option,
Right.
and it's like the only other option. I'm not 12 years old, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not doing my resume in Cosmic Sans. I'm not looking at your phone in Cosmic Sans. That
I've never seen Cosmic Sand on my phone.
It's
I
on
don't
there, bro.
use it. I'm saying, but I don't even use it.
fact that it's there.
Oh my goodness.
That is the
Listen,
antithesis, the jump
I-
off, the beginning, the whatever of what made me no longer have an Android phone.
Oh my goodness.
it was a
That's such a silly thing, man. I hate Apple.
hey man, their
A-
fonts are not to be confused.
Apple is the
neatoist.
it is China. It is the totalitarian oligarch, in tech. That's what Apple is. I mean, they have everything on lockdown. You can do nothing in Apple without Apple signing off on it. And
So securing
and-
the fact that
and-
nothing can happen for your safety.
And they will suppress you and they will push you out. And they will charge you whatever they want to charge you.
yeah. And
I
now we
mean-
have now there's a potential option out there.
Well, there
So
is
now they'll shut their face.
there's already an option out
well,
there.
a better one.
There's already an
They
option
have
out
what
there.
I think Google Pixel's Android, right? We talked about this
No, it's
last
Google.
time.
It's Google. Oh yeah, Android.
It's
yeah.
Android.
and Google. Yeah.
Then they had the Microsoft phone, Moto X. Isn't that like was Microsoft tried their own version of a phone?
I don't think Microsoft is producing a phone right now. But
No, but they did, though. They had one.
When they had one, it was a Microsoft operating system.
Yeah, like
but then
that.
they switched over and actually adopted the Google, the Android
Okay.
operating system. But I don't know if they're producing a phone right now.
I know they did for a little bit.
But regardless, I would never get off of Android. Even though Android is Google, because Android is open source, and I can
no, it's-
jailbreak it to get it off of.
Talk about your convenience.
Right. So
You're giving in to the social score. It's open source, so I'm using this for the convenience of me, like paying from my phone.
do you know what open source means?
It means I can do whatever I want with it.
Well, what I'm saying to you is like, let's say
Don't stand on semantics. Am I wrong? I can pretty much do what I want with it.
right, but I'm saying it is. But in
Okay.
relations to what you're saying, in Apple, if let's just say there was a social score, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't use the Apple phone if I wasn't complying to whatever Apple dictates.
Yeah.
But something that's open source, I can break away from the hive, if you will, and I can still be able to use it.
No, I understand
So
that.
that's why I'm saying.
I think your example is very wrong.
How? How so?
Because if they put a social score on, that's not going to happen. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can. When I had an Android, all my ringtones, my old Bone Thugs and Harmony songs.
Right.
On Apple, my ringtone is the ding 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 because that's all I'm allowed to get.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
I
I
have
get it.
freedom, but I'm telling you, it's not just the inherent freedom that Android gives you. I can actually break away from Android
Yeah.
and just say, okay, this version of Android is what I'm going to have, and no other updates can come to my phone, and I'm going to customize this version of Android
Yeah.
to my needs. You can't do that with iOS. As soon as you break away, your phone stops working. So that's what I'm saying. That I would never go to iOS
They
just
have
for that
built-in
point right there.
fail-safes.
Yeah, just for that point alone, I won't do it. So Tesla, I am sure that Tesla would do the same thing. I'm not giving him any credit. I'm not giving any benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt. I'm sure Musk would do the same thing, and so therefore I would never get a Musk phone.
Sign me up. Waiting list, name one.
Oh my goodness,
Me.
man! Remind me next time to talk to you about Michelle.